What if life exists in dimensions we can't see? What if, right now, life is all around us thinking, moving, maybe even watching but completely invisible to human senses? Welcome to Information World. For all of human history, we believed that reality is limited to what we can see, touch, hear, and measure. Our eyes detect only a tiny slice of the electromagnetic spectrum. Our ears capture a narrow range of vibrations. Our brains evolved not to understand reality completely, but just well enough to survive. This raises a deeply unsettling question: what if life exists beyond our perception, hidden in dimensions we cannot access? To understand this idea, we first need to rethink what a dimension actually is. Most people imagine dimensions as strange parallel universes or fantasy realms. But in physics, dimensions are simply directions in which movement is possible. We live in 3 dimensions of space: length, width, and height, and 1 dimension of time. This 4-dimensional structure feels complete to us because we are trapped inside it. But modern physics suggests this may not be the full picture. String theory, one of the most ambitious theories in physics, proposes that reality may have 10 or even 11 dimensions. These extra dimensions are not large like the ones we experience. They may be curled up at scales so small that we cannot directly observe them. If these dimensions exist, they are not elsewhere. They are right here, everywhere, folded into the fabric of space itself. Now imagine what this means for life. If life emerged in dimensions beyond our own, it wouldn't need to obey our biological rules. It might not be made of cells, DNA, or even matter as we understand it. Its structure could be based on vibrations, energy patterns, or unknown physical laws that only operate in higher dimensions. Think about how a 2-dimensional being would experience our world. Imagine a flat creature living on a sheet of paper. It can only move left, right, forward, and backward. Now imagine you place your finger through the paper. To that creature, your finger would appear as a mysterious circle that appears out of nowhere, changes size, and then vanishes. It wouldn't see your hand, your body, or your face, only strange effects with no obvious cause. In the same way, higher dimensional life could be interacting with our world in ways we misinterpret or fail to notice entirely. What we call unexplained phenomena, sudden movements of objects, strange lights, or patterns that seem intelligent but leave no physical trace, might not be supernatural at all. They could be natural interactions across dimensions. Some physicists believe gravity itself may be evidence of extra dimensions. Gravity is incredibly weak compared to other fundamental forces. One explanation is that gravity leaks into higher dimensions, spreading its strength beyond our visible universe. If forces can cross dimensions, why not life? Consciousness adds another layer to this mystery. Despite centuries of study, no one can explain how subjective experience emerges from physical matter. We can describe brain activity in detail, but we cannot explain why electrical signals feel like thoughts, emotions, or awareness. This has led some scientists and philosophers to propose that consciousness may not be produced by the brain, but rather filtered or received by it. If that idea is true, consciousness itself could exist in higher dimensions. The brain may act like a receiver, tuning into a broader field of awareness that exists beyond physical space. This could explain why consciousness feels non-local, timeless, and deeply mysterious. It could also explain phenomena like intuition, dreams, near-death experiences, and altered states of awareness. In quantum physics, particles behave in ways that defy classical logic. They exist in multiple states at once, influence each other instantly across vast distances, and only take definite form when observed. Some interpretations suggest that quantum events occur across multiple dimensions, collapsing into our reality when measured. If life evolved to operate directly within these quantum layers, it would be completely invisible to us. Now consider evolution itself. Life adapts to its environment. If an environment exists beyond our dimensions, then life could evolve there just as naturally as it did here. Our universe might be just one layer in a much larger cosmic ecosystem, filled with forms of existence we are not equipped to detect. This perspective challenges our understanding of loneliness in the universe. We often ask whether intelligent life exists on other planets. But what if intelligence doesn't require planets at all? What if advanced forms of life exist right here, overlapping with us, separated not by distance, but by dimensional boundaries? Ancient cultures may have sensed this intuitively. Across history, myths describe gods, spirits, angels, demons, and unseen beings that influence human affairs without being fully visible. While these stories are often dismissed as superstition, they may represent early attempts to describe encounters with something beyond ordinary perception. Modern science does not confirm these interpretations, but it also does not rule them out. In fact, science increasingly shows us that reality is far stranger than our instincts suggest. Dark matter, for example, makes up most of the mass of the universe, yet it does not emit or absorb light. We know it exists only because of its gravitational effects. If something can exist everywhere without being seen, then invisibility alone is not proof of non-existence. The universe itself may be a multidimensional structure, where entire realities coexist without direct interaction. Occasionally, under specific conditions, these realities might brush against each other. Such interactions could produce anomalies, events that appear impossible under known laws of physics. Technology may one day give us access to these hidden layers. Advanced particle accelerators, quantum computers, or new forms of detection might reveal signatures of higher dimensional activity. If that happens, it would completely transform our understanding of life, intelligence, and our place in the cosmos. But there is also a humbling possibility. Even if higher dimensional life exists, it may not be interested in us at all. Just as humans rarely consider the lives of microbes beneath their feet, higher dimensional beings might view our entire universe as a minor feature of a much larger reality. Still, the idea forces us to confront a profound truth: human perception is not the measure of existence. Reality does not owe us visibility. The universe may be overflowing with complexity, awareness, and life that exists beyond our senses, beyond our instruments, and beyond our imagination. If life exists in dimensions we cannot see, then the universe is not silent. It is layered. It is alive in ways we are only beginning to suspect. And perhaps, as science advances, we will discover that we were never truly alone, only unaware. If this idea expanded your perspective, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more mind-opening explorations of reality, science, and the unknown.